With plenty of tools at our disposal to create atmosphere on stage, none are more powerful than our lighting and special effects. Aladdin features hundreds of lighting cues, all operated live, along with an additional 2 follow spots that follow the actors across the stage. You're with Hannah, and today on Theatre Royal Windsor's Backstage Antics, we're going to be shining a light on all things lighting and special effects. So follow me. So we have Will today, our lovely technical and production manager, talking about all the special effects and lighting in the show. So tell us a little bit about what goes on.
So this year is slightly different to previous years. This year we had our portals made. So normally we hire in portals every year, like we hire in the set. This year we decided to spend the money and get ours made. So we've got them now for the next 5 years. So all of the portals have got LED tape in them. So this creates a really nice effect. And then pixel tape. So pixel tape means that you can control each individual light, which gives you some really nice effects throughout the show. Special effects wise in the show, we have 8 pyros per show. So they're the kind of, normally for fairy entrance or Spirit of the Ring, things like that. So we've got 7 for them, and then we have confetti at the end of it, which kind of just finishes off the show really nicely. We have the carpet, which I can't talk about too much. You're going to have to come and see it if you want to see how that works. But that in itself took a lot of time in the tech session to really kind of make sure we gave it the best kind of effect we could do to make it as magical for the kids as possible.
Amazing. It does look amazing from the audience.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to book tickets to come and see that.
And then from kind of like a set and lighting everything point of view, so this takes from the moment we start fitting the show up to the opening night is a full week. So the fit up itself, lighting come in on Saturday night, so they do an overnighter to get all the lighting in, followed by stage at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then it's a full day to get everything up. At that point it's then kind of trying to make sure everything's set. So what we'll do before we bring the cast on stage, we'll do scene by scene breakdown. So we'll put all the set in the place kind of with the director, which just springs the whole process along when we get into the tech itself. Then tech is a period where it's for lighting, for sound and for cast, and for all the crew involved, where we start at the beginning of the show and just work our way through the show bit by bit to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing, so when we get to it, it's all done as safely as possible.
So can you tell us a little bit about how you rehearse with the stage team? For example, getting the sets in and out. I believe we have 14 set changes throughout the show. So
yeah, so basically you have to kind of choreograph it like you would for a dance number and stuff like that. So here at Windsor, if you look into the wings, as you will see on some of the videos, we haven't got a hell of a lot of space in the wings. So everything has to be packed quite tightly. Going to the dock as well, you'll see that we have, I think there's 6 trucks on this one, which are bits of set that move on wheels, which basically means we have no space in there as well. So it is kind of working. You kind of look, when you're in that scene, you kind of go, right, so this scene's set, they're doing what they need to on stage, and then we start planning how we're going to get the next one in place. What's the safest way to do it, looking where entrances and exits are for the cast to make sure they can get to where they need to safely, but also make sure that we all know what we're doing, so when it gets to it, we can do it as safely as possible. It's the main point of this is, trying to make sure it's done without breaking anyone's back or hurting anyone. Some of the set pieces you'll see behind me here are quite tall. So take these 2 ones for instance. So these 2 set pieces, for instance, they can't go upstage, so they have to go straight off. We have lighting booms in the wings, which means that makes it a little bit more complicated. So it's organising that, especially I know from when they do this scene, there's a cloth in, and the cloth is, for the next scene, is what, here? So it's a little bit downstage, but because of that, you've got those kind of constraints you have to work with.
Just tight space.
Yeah.
And I see markings on.
Yeah, so we've got so every bit of set, every bit of props, kind of things from the market cart to all of the trucks. They all have sets, spike marks they're called. So you'll see we've got this is blue, so they'll be done. So the colours will be for scenes. So blue will be one scene. You've got glow in the dark there, which is for the carpet stuff. You've got orange. And then we've got round the trap, we've got the green ones for the trap. They're basically trying to make them luminous because when the trap is open, you could fall down. So that's to make sure that both the caster on stage know where they've got to stand before that trap comes in or out.
Absolutely, and I guess to make everything consistent
Yeah.
throughout the show as well. You're
Yeah.
not going to have a surprise piece of set in a different
No,
position.
it's it's one thing for that. It's also mainly for lighting as well. Lighting need to know that the set is going to be in the same place. They would have lit the scenes with the set here, so there'll be certain different effects on the windows and stuff like that.
We hope you've enjoyed this illuminating look behind the scenes. Don't forget Aladdin is running until the 14th of January, so you can book tickets online or give us a call on 01753 853 888.